Hey everyone, I'm Darrell Linn from Attractionicity.com, or at least I'm his avatar. Welcome to our beginning exploration of the law of assumption, a concept that is transforming my life and can transform yours as well. In the next few minutes, we'll unpack this powerful principle and introduce you to Neville Goddard, a key proponent of this law. Stay with us to discover how you can apply the law of assumption to manifest your desires. So who was Neville Goddard? Or is it Neville Goddard? I've heard it pronounced both ways. I'm sticking with Goddard. Sorry if that's wrong. Neville Goddard, often known simply as Neville, was a profound and influential teacher of the law of assumption.
Neville was born in Barbados in 1905, and he traveled to America to study drama and dance.
But he soon found his true calling in metaphysics after an encounter with an Ethiopian monk. This monk, named Abdullah, started Neville on his road to discovery. Neville's teachings, primarily from the 1930s through the 1970s, emphasized the power of imagination and subjective reality. He proposed that the physical world arises from our assumptions, which, when held with conviction, shape our experience. So let's talk about the law of assumption. Unlike the law of attraction, which focuses on attracting things from the outside, the law of assumption is about changing your internal state. Neville taught that by assuming the feeling of the wish being already fulfilled, you enact a powerful force that leads to the realization of that wish. It's not about hoping or wishing, it's about embodying what you desire as an existing fact. Neville's contribution to the law of assumption is invaluable. He provided clear, practical techniques for manifesting desires. He emphasized the use of visualization and feelings as tools to bring one's desires into reality. Neville's philosophy was simple: assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. By living and believing in the state of the outcome as already being a reality, one can influence the subconscious mind and thus the external world. Here are some tips to help effectively use the law of assumption in your daily life. Tip 1. Live in the end. Visualize your desired outcome with as much detail and emotion as you can. Feel the joy, pride, or peace that comes with having achieved your goal. Tip 2. Be persistent. It's not enough to assume once. You must persist in the assumed state until it hardens into fact. Tip 3. Suspension of disbelief. Suspend your disbelief about your current reality. Act as if your assumption is true. Tip 4. Use of affirmations. Affirmations help to reinforce the assumed state. Phrase them in the present tense, as though your desire is already true. It can be difficult to ignore what you see around you with your five senses, but we need to stay in that state of the wish fulfilled. Tip 5 is the sleep technique, and we'll do other videos on this later. Neville suggested falling asleep while in the state of having already achieved your desire. This method implants the assumption deep into the subconscious. We will look at this in much more detail in a future video. Implementing the law of assumption requires discipline and a shift in mindset. Start small by assuming positive outcomes for your daily task. Notice how your expectations, when assumed as certainties, begin to manifest. Reality is a reflection of your assumptions. Make a conscious effort to assume positively and watch your world change in response. The law of assumption empowers you to be the author of your own story. With the tips inspired by Neville Goddard, you can start to weave the fabric of your reality consciously. Remember, what you assume with conviction becomes your reality. Assume the best, and the best will manifest. Thank you for joining us on this brief journey through the law of assumption. Again, we'll be adding many more videos in this category in the near future. Please be sure to like this video for us and subscribe to our channel. Click the bell notification so you'll know as these new videos come out. Again, Darrell Linn from Attractionicity, and thanks again for stopping by.